A nearly 2-year criminal case against Adani Group chairman Gautam Adani in the US has come to an end. A US federal court has dismissed criminal charges against Gautam Adani, his nephew Sagar Adani, and former Adani Green Energy CEO Vneet Jaain. And importantly, the charges were dismissed with prejudice, which means they cannot be refiled. However, even while granting the dismissal, the judge raised concerns about aspects of the US government's handling of the case. So what exactly happened? In November 2024, US prosecutors accused Gautam Adani, Sagar Adani, Vneet Jaain and others of being involved in an alleged bribery and fraud scheme. According to prosecutors, the accused allegedly agreed to pay around $265 million in bribes to Indian government officials. The alleged payments were meant to help secure major solar power contracts in India. Prosecutors estimated that these contracts could generate nearly $2 billion in profits over 2 decades. But the allegations went beyond bribery. US prosecutors also alleged that the Adanis and others misled investors about anti-corruption practices while raising billions of dollars through loans and bond issuances. The Adani Group consistently denied wrongdoing. Separately, the US Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC brought a civil securities case against Gautam and Sagar Adani over related allegations. After months of legal proceedings, the US Justice Department told the court that it no longer wanted to pursue the prosecution. The government cited challenges surrounding the case, including questions over jurisdiction and evidence, with much of the alleged conduct having taken place outside the US. But the court wanted more answers. Judge Nicholas Gautam questioned whether Gautam Adani's publicly announced plan to invest $10 billion in the US had played any role in the government's decision. Adani denied any such arrangement. The Justice Department also maintained that investment promises had not influenced its decision. After considering the government's explanation, the court ultimately agreed to dismiss the criminal charges. Judge Gautam dismissed the charges against Gautam Adani, Sagar Adani and Vneet Jaain with prejudice. That permanently closes the criminal prosecution against the three. However, the dismissal does not amount to a judicial finding on the underlying allegations, and the judge also raised concerns about aspects of the government's decision-making process. Bribery and obstruction charges against other defendants in the broader case remain separate. So what happened to the SEC case? The SEC case was a civil proceeding separate from the criminal prosecution. Gautam and Sagar Adani agreed to pay a combined $18 million in civil penalties to resolve that case. The settlement concluded the SEC proceedings against them separately from the criminal case. What about the $275 million sanctions settlement? That was another separate matter. In May, Adani Enterprises agreed to pay $275 million to the US Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control, or OFAC, to settle potential civil liability involving 32 apparent violations of US sanctions on Iran. The matter involved LPG purchased from a Dubai-based trader that was purported to be from Oman and Iraq, but according to OFAC, raised red flags over Iranian origin. Gautam Adani welcomed the court's decision, reiterating his faith in the judicial process and the rule of law. Adani Group stocks also moved higher following the ruling, with some shares gaining up to around 3%. For Gautam Adani, Sagar Adani and Vneet Jaain, the US criminal prosecution is now permanently closed. But the circumstances surrounding the Justice Department's decision to abandon the case could continue to draw scrutiny. Follow Business Standard for more such stories.